It's officially spooky season, and while pumpkins are popping up all over town, the real surprises are happening along 380. Phase 3 is in full swing, and the huge shock this week. The Legacy Overpass is open. Teel is up next, and we'll share those updates later in the video. And trust us, it's happening a lot sooner than you think. But that's not all. A major restaurant has gone vertical. A new light is already causing chaos, and one corner of the highway just broke ground on something people are excited for. Stick around because there's something for everyone this week, with a full construction and retail update starting now. We have new people joining us all the time. The 380 expansion through Denton is a $140 million makeover, turning the old 4-lane road with that dangerous never-ending center turn lane into a 6-lane divided highway. Along the way, crews are building 5 brand new overpasses: Legacy, Teel, 423, Navo, and 720. Each one designed to keep traffic moving smoothly over those busy intersections. Add in continuous sidewalks and safer crossings, and by March 2026, this whole corridor will feel completely transformed. We would have really liked to start at Legacy this week, but what's the point in teasing something if you give it away right at the start? Instead, we're out here at Naylor and 424, which was part of the Phase 2 traffic switch that rolled out last week. The intersection is really starting to take shape. It's still just 1 lane north and south for now, but that's temporary. Crews have wrapped up most of the drainage work they were digging into on the northeast corner. Not quite a milestone, but definitely a step in the right direction. From here, they'll start building up the base layers, laying asphalt, and eventually pouring concrete for the new northbound lanes. That process will take roughly a month, maybe less depending on weather. The new alignment is now fully in place, and traffic's adjusting to the new pattern. With the barriers down the center of the highway, drivers can no longer cross directly. All turns now have to be made at signalized intersections. Over at Walmart Drive, new signs even mark the middle lane as straight only. Mentioning Walmart reminds us that a Lowe's is coming to Crossroads, and we'll come back down to this area in the retail portion of this week's update to fill you in on those details. 720 has had its share of ups and downs. Sometimes it's front and center, other times it feels like it's been left waiting its turn. It's been pretty quiet here lately, but not without progress. The center median is formed and ready for a concrete pour, and the barrier walls along the outside edges are prepped and waiting for their next step. Unfortunately, crews have shifted their focus toward the other overpasses, and that includes Teel, which has dates locked in for its traffic switch. So don't go anywhere. We're heading that direction next. We'll also be circling back to 720 before we wrap up this week. There's plenty happening around the HEB site, and we've got fresh video and updates to share there too. Just east of 720, here at Main Street, we didn't get a chance to show the Phase 2 traffic switch when it happened, but the new configuration looks great. There's now a dedicated right turn lane heading northbound, and that small change is already making a big difference. Pulling those turning vehicles out of the main lanes is helping traffic flow much more smoothly through the intersection. Crews are still working to wrap up the northbound concrete pours, with some nightly lane closures expected as they finish up those last sections. Now it's Lake Bridge time, and this one's looking nearly complete. The main structure is essentially finished, and new streetlights are already installed to help illuminate the bridge at night. A great improvement for visibility and safety out here. Next, crews will start removing the temporary levees that were built in the lake to give equipment access during construction. Sorry to those of you who used that spot for fishing, it's not going to last much longer. Down the center, there's still a lane-wide median to be added, and once that's in place, it'll match the look of the Doe Creek Bridge, which we'll see here in just a bit. The intro flashes back to Paloma Creek in 2022, back when we thought we were going to start this channel, but didn't quite follow through. Fast forward to now, this is what Paloma Creek looks like today. The Paloma Creek intersection has seen a major overhaul, with nearly 4 to 5 new lanes of concrete added, including dedicated turn lanes in each direction. The next phase will bring dual left turn lanes to help manage traffic through the intersection, but for now, it's still one of the tougher spots to get through. Even with all the new pavement, backups here are still part of the daily routine, but we're nearing the end with just a few more months left. This shot actually flows right into the Navo Overpass, so we'll keep moving for now. But don't worry, we'll be coming back to Paloma Creek later in the video. There are some interesting new land development proposals in the works around here that could really change the area. Just 2 months ago, the Navo Overpass was still just a concept. We had seen changes at Legacy Teel and 423, but nothing had really taken shape here yet. Fast forward to now, and we're only about a week away from seeing concrete poured all the way across the bridge, and less than 2 months from it officially opening to traffic. As we mentioned last week, the overpasses are scheduled to open December 12th, and when that happens, traffic here at Navo will finally calm down. Only the drivers who actually need to be here will use this intersection under the overpass, a big shift for everyone around the neighborhood. There are just 2 concrete pours left on the Navo Overpass, and by the time this weekly goes live, that big stretch of green rebar you're seeing now is probably already buried in concrete. Beneath the overpass, crews have also started work on the new turnaround lanes, grading and laying the rock base to prep for paving. Now, quick side note. We've seen some questions and concerns about pedestrian crossings near the high school. Throughout this entire project, crews have done a solid job maintaining temporary walkways and posting clear signage to alert drivers. The good news is, once this overpass is open, most of the vehicle traffic will be elevated above, making it a much safer environment at street level for anyone walking through this area. And no, there won't be a pedestrian bridge here, but with most cars traveling overhead, the crossings that remain will be far less hectic than they are today. We'll take a quick break to talk about our most favorite sponsor. Please visit signgypsies.com if you're planning a celebration. Whether it is a birthday, graduation, or any special event, they've got you covered with custom yard signs that will bring your occasion to life. With vibrant, personalized designs, Sign Gypsies delivers more than signs. They deliver joy. They handle everything from design to setup, so you can sit back and enjoy the fun. Visit signgypsies.com to book today and use promo code 380updates for a free upgrade on your next sign. Terms and conditions apply. With a jump all the way over to 423, we're skipping a few miles of Phase 3 construction between Navo and 1385. Crews along that stretch are busy building out the new center median and adding turn lanes for safer crossing traffic. We usually take the time to walk through every detail, but honestly, no offense to anyone living along that section. It's more of the same work we've been seeing for most of the year. Consistent progress, but nothing too flashy just yet. Again, we're over 423, traveling east to west, and starting with the outer curb area. You can see where those sections still need to be formed and poured. This is detailed, hand-finished work that can't be done with the screed machine, so it takes a little extra time to get right. We'll see part of that is still to be completed at Legacy in more detail next. Once that curb is complete, crews will move on to finishing the remaining concrete lanes that tie directly into each ramp, connecting the main lanes across the bridge to both sides of the frontage road. Up in the distance, you can spot the Doe Creek Bridge at the top of your screen. No major changes there since last week. As we transition here to this next side view of the overpass, we can see an interesting piece of equipment we had not noticed in the past. This is a concrete curing truck that applies a fine mist of chemical curing compound that helps slow evaporation. That is a crucial step in keeping concrete from drying too quickly, which helps prevent cracking, shrinkage, and surface weakness. As we zoom out here, realizing there isn't much time before this overpass is open, this quote seems fitting. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. This new light between H-E-B and Walmart went live a few weeks ago. There was actually a wreck here in the first couple of days. Does anyone know who was at fault? Crazy to think helping people cross was more dangerous than being wide open like the Wild West. This light was needed especially as demand in the area grows. Looking west here at Hollyhock and Windsong, a lot of people ask if the signal light here is staying. And yes, it is. This intersection is part of the final design, and the project is basically feature complete. What's left are the finishing touches, medians, and turn lanes. This whole expansion isn't just about adding lanes, it's about improving safety. The old corridor had too many open crossings and unpredictable turns. With the new medians, signals, and dedicated turn lanes, traffic is more controlled and far safer for everyone driving this stretch. We're finally down to Teel, and next is Legacy. Throughout the video, we've been teasing the opening dates for this overpass. But first, we're taking a look at what an open overpass actually looks like down at Legacy. This one opened out of nowhere, Wednesday and Thursday last week, and even we didn't believe it at first. We were just about to talk through the lane markings and prep work, thinking it might be close, and the very next day, it's open. Now that traffic's rolling across, a lot of questions we've had over the last few months are finally answered. The overpass carries 3 lanes westbound and eastbound, and the transitions on and off are much smoother than expected. The frontage roads are still open for local access, but they now taper from 2 lanes down to 1 before merging onto the new overpass. On the west side, you can see how traffic coming from the frontage blends cleanly into those 3 main lanes, while the east side still has some finishing work left, mainly curb and barrier sections near the ramps. So for now, there are only 2 lanes open headed east. This is great though, knowing the overpass isn't 100% finished before they're allowing us to enjoy its benefits. The merge heading east has its own lane for now, which is nice as we learn how this new configuration works. Part of the dedicated turnaround lane from west to east was poured this week under the overpass too. When open, it will help relieve a lot of the local circulation. The intersection below is still in progress. Crews will be adding permanent signal light poles, finalize striping, and recalibrating light timing to better match the new flow. We were all expecting this to happen closer to mid-December, but here we are, already driving across the cleanest section of highway on the corridor. From the Tollway to Legacy, all 3 lanes are open, and that same configuration now extends west almost to Teel. It's a major shift for drivers who've been sitting at these lights for years, and it finally gives a glimpse of how this entire corridor is going to function once every overpass opens. Let's check out another detail worth pointing out: highway exit signage. You can see the concrete footing already set and waiting here on the shoulder. That means we'll start to see proper exit signs going up soon. Not just at Legacy, but at every overpass along this stretch of 380. It's one of those finishing touches that really makes the corridor start to feel complete. The Teel Overpass opens this weekend. Westbound overnight Sunday into Monday morning, and eastbound follows Tuesday morning. This phased approach mirrors what we saw at Legacy. It's a huge step forward for the project. Crews are busy restriping frontage roads, rebuilding merge lanes, and removing the endless sea of cones we've all grown used to seeing. It's not just the overpass that's changing. The entire area leading to and from Teel is being reworked to match the new traffic pattern. Once both directions are open, this section of 380 will finally start to look and drive like the finished corridor we've been waiting for. Eastbound will likely only have 2 lanes open, just like Legacy, as there is still work to be completed with the barrier and ramps. Either way, we can't wait. Those of you that use Teel to get north and south will see a huge improvement in traffic flow. The darker concrete appears to be a surface treatment or cleaning agent or sealant applied before stripping. It will fade to a typical lighter color over time. Truly wish this weekly video was done, but we've still got a few commercial updates to get through. We're out here between Teel and Legacy, and a lot of people have asked why Legacy got its own overpass. The short answer: planning ahead. Legacy now continues well north of 380, and this area is already primed for major growth. The new North Fields development, part of the massive Fields of Frisco master plan community, will stretch all through this corridor. So, for anyone saying no one plans ahead, this is one of those rare cases where they actually did. It won't be perfect, but you can see the foresight starting to pay off. Quick shout out to everyone following along on our Facebook page. We're closing in on 10,000 followers. We have tried to post new development plans there every week recently, but fair warning, the comments section isn't nearly as friendly as it is here on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed here and have notifications on. We'll keep you updated when surprise overpasses open, just like Legacy this week. Now up at Teel and 380, the northwest corner is seeing big changes. Cracker Barrel has gone vertical, framing is moving fast, and the whole site looks completely different than it did just a few weeks ago. Chili's is closing in on opening, with a ribbon cutting scheduled for Monday, November 3rd at 9 a.m. Dinner options at Teel are about to multiply fast. Some recent research just uncovered a new pad site planned right next to that Cracker Barrel, a Murphy gas station. It's newly announced, so there's no activity on the ground yet, but it's officially on the books. Once that moves forward, it'll round out this corner nicely, giving drivers an easy fuel stop alongside Cracker Barrel and Chili's here at Teel and 380. We're back at the 423 and 380 intersection, and this area continues to grow faster than just about any other stretch on the corridor. On the southeast corner, we're flying over a future retail center with Aldi as its anchor. The brand new Walmart officially opened October 1st, complete with a grand opening celebration featuring the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and even Cowboys legend Michael Irvin. Across the street, Portillo's has gone vertical, walls up, roof in place, and crews working steadily to finish the exterior before winter weather sets in. You can really see how the signature layout is taking shape now that the front facade is framed out. Just down the drive, Wells Fargo is also making progress, with the foundation poured and parking lot grading underway. Looking toward the future, the site plan shows a new traffic light at Doe Creek Road, providing another safe crossing point along 380. It's still a ways off, but it's already marked on the latest renderings. And if you look across the highway to the northwest corner, that area is starting to come alive too. LA Fitness is open and operating, and nearby pad sites are filling in with smaller retail and restaurant spaces. The larger retail section behind it, anchored by Ross, Ulta, Burlington, and PetSmart, is already pre-leasing with an estimated delivery around summer 2026. Once that next phase opens, this intersection will officially become a major retail hub along the corridor, combining fitness, dining, banking, and shopping all within a few hundred feet. Across from Savannah, this new retail strip is officially coming to life. Several storefronts now have signs up, and a few are already open. Goat's Arena Sports Bar just held its grand opening this weekend, kicking things off for the rest of the center. Right next to it, you'll find Jeremiah's Italian Ice, Pizza Twist, Body 20, and the Peach Cobbler Factory, all open or putting the finishing touches inside. Further down, Aura Dental, Blanc Nail Lounge, and Huck Up Restaurant all have exterior signage up, giving a clear preview of what's coming next for this stretch. And just next door, Boundaries Coffee and Specs complete the lineup, making this corner of 380 a go-to spot for everything from morning coffee to late-night drinks. Right next door to Parkwood Collision's new facility, we'll see 15,000 square feet of retail built out, leasing now through Micon. The unit sizes start small, 2,700 square feet. Don't have lease rates yet. Also, on the northwest corner of 380 and Gardenia, a fully new retail strip is available, roughly 26,000 square feet up for lease with high visibility frontage and strong traffic volume. Perfect for future retail tenants looking to join the corridor growth wave. We'll quickly fly down here to Magnolia, where a Waffle House is being built on the southeast corner. Not going to lie, this is a long video. Editing takes so long. Please like the video and subscribe. We have YouTube memberships too that help support the channel. As promised, we're back at Paloma Creek Boulevard. Two separate retail projects are being marketed for this corner, both right at the neighborhood entrance. The main development, the Shops at Paloma Creek, includes roughly 13,700 square feet of retail, about 6,200 square feet for a restaurant, and a 1-acre pad site available for lease or sale. Right next to it, a second retail center is also being marketed for this same corner, expanding what will eventually become a full commercial gateway into Paloma Creek. No construction start date yet, but both projects are designed to bring more dining and shopping options right at the neighborhood entrance. Out west, we're back at Batestown Crossing, the massive retail development anchored by Target at Ryan Spirita's Parkway. This site continues to evolve quickly. Crews are grading the main drive lanes, and several pad sites have now been staked and marked. The Target building pad itself is taking shape, and utilities are being extended across the site, a strong sign that vertical construction isn't far off. On the surrounding pads, early plans show space for multiple restaurants, service businesses, and smaller retail tenants to fill out the corners. Once complete, this development will stretch across nearly the entire southwest corner of 380 and Ryan Spirita's, making it one of the biggest new commercial projects along the corridor. On the northeast corner, an official site plan is out, and this corner is really starting to take shape. Anchored by Sprouts Farmers Market, several new shops and restaurants are filling in, while a few pad sites are still open for future tenants. Here's what we know so far. Arbys is confirmed, there's an oil change shop, a drive-through coffee or soda chain, and a car wash already planned. Across the street from Sprouts, the future Kroger site at Main and 380 in Little Elm is coming together quickly. Crews are installing plumbing and utility lines across the pad, and the foundation footprint for the store is now clearly visible. Once concrete starts pouring, this corner is expected to move fast, and with Kroger anchoring the northwest corner. We'll keep an eye on this one, because once framing starts, this site's going to transform in a hurry. We're almost done, stick with us. Earlier this year, site plans were released for the upcoming H-E-B at the southwest corner of FM 720 and 380, a location that's had a lot of people excited. The layout shows a full-size grocery store with plenty of parking, fueling stations, and even room for a few future retail pads nearby. As of now, there's no visible site work, no grading or utilities just yet, but with the plans already in place, this corner is definitely one to watch. The Lowe's plan for Crossroads is officially moving forward, but construction hasn't started just yet. The site sits just west of Walmart, along 380 and FM 424, with an 11-acre plan already approved by the town earlier this year. It's still in the utility and permitting stage, so no dirt work yet, but once crews break ground, we could be looking at an opening sometime in 2027. That wraps up this week's full corridor update, and if you made it all the way to the end, thank you for sticking with us. This was a long one, but there's just so much happening right now along 380 that it's hard to fit it all in. Between new overpasses opening, retail sites breaking ground, and all the surprises still ahead, this highway is transforming week by week. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube and following our Facebook page for midweek updates and development posts.